Okay, welcome. We got it's phase 4, Splinter Chaos, and Hodang. Hello, welcome everyone. Vodka. I hope the vodka's going well. Spice, yeah, spice meads. Well, hopefully it's good. I haven't I mean, I tried a bit of it, but while I was making it, but not the finished product yet. And yep, like the honey wine stuff, honey alcohol. Um, I've made one batch so far. That's really good. So this is my second batch, and it should be done. So welcome everyone to get started here. So today's plan is, like I said, we're going to hopefully be finishing the Metheglin, so the spiced mead, as in putting it in bottles and stuff like that. The other two alcohols I have going and fermenting, they might be ready to transfer into new containers. Maybe, maybe not. Well, I'll take a look at it. I guess I probably should have put my notes up so I could reference it. Oh my god, is the camera sliding again? I think it is. Yeah, this fucking camera just keeps like... What's wrong with this thing? Maybe this is the problem. Okay, that should be okay now. Hello, Haunted. Like when I first started way back in like 2012 or something. I've been doing this a while, yeah. I mean, I haven't been doing the alcohol thing for a while, but... Okay, so what is the plan here? First order of business, I need a drink. Second order of business, we need sanitization fluid. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just gonna get a bucket. I have a bucket on the floor over there. I'm gonna fill that bucket with water over the sink, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So that should do the trick there for sanitization liquid. What is with the fucking camera today? It's just like, it is constantly fucking up in new and weird ways. Alright, so that should be fine again now. No, now it's no good because you can't see the bottom of the table. Fuck's sake. Ugh. This is fully extended. This is so weird. What is it like? What is going on here? No, that's not gonna. Well. Let's see. Is that gonna work? No, not really. Camera is like taking lessons from Avro Media. Okay, I think this will work now, maybe. Hey Shauna, thank you. Hello. So this is the edge of the table here. Yeah, you can basically see the edge of the table. It should be fine. No, this is gonna start sliding around again, this piece of shit. I think we're good. I don't think the camera's gonna move now. No, I don't think. Preemptively put it at an angle because I know it's going to slide over to the left or the right or whatever. Hello, Moon River. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, where the hell was I? I don't know anymore. Let's get it. You know, I'm gonna move this thing out of the way because it doesn't need to be here. Fillers? What? Thank you, Phase 4. Okay, so basically I'm going to want these bottles back here to give them as much time to dry as possible. So I'm just going to quickly sanitize those things first. It's a new bottle, by the way. This wine was it's from New Year's. I wanted to keep this one because it's like, I don't know, looks kind of fancy. It's a different shape. You take a shot for your birthday? Alright, well, I don't have anything to cheers you with other than like fizzy water on the thing, but thanks. It'll be faster if I just fill it up with this. Okay. Can transfer the liquid from one bottle to the next. Kind of. They don't need to sit in this for very long. It's just a bit of an iodine solution. What goes with what? This one goes with that one. It doesn't really matter which camp goes with which, I think, but you know, might as well keep it the same. Sanitize a smaller sized one just in case. Hold on. Let me just wash these and I'll finish what I was going to say there. There. What camp do you get? That one was this one. They don't take too much time. They only got to sit in there like 30 seconds. Bottle number 3. Alright, last bottle. This one used to hold me. Oh, what the? Camera did it again. Jesus Christ, this. What the? Ah, it's annoying. I mean, I was just, sanitizing bottles, so you guys didn't really miss anything. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can do something about this here. There's already tape on it. Like, I could try and get more tape, but I don't know what that would do at this point. Okay, I'm just gonna get more tape. I mean, it might stay if I change the angle again a bit, but you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna get more tape. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully this is fine now. I think we're good. that. Okay. Alright, there we go. Do we want to pre-wash? Yeah, we should basically wash everything in here. And, oh yeah, this guy can probably take this out. So this is the hydrometer. I'm going to need that to see if the mead is actually done. It should be. It's been sitting in there for, I don't know, I'll figure that out in a second. But it's been sitting in there for a while. Alright, we have 5 clean bottles now. That should be enough. And quickly sanitize that thing, because this is basically the first thing we'll be needing. Well, it's not the second thing we'll need. The other, well, we'll probably need this, so let's go ahead and maybe start soaking this stuff a bit. This one's pretty easy to clean, so. The other thing that's a little bit annoying, we'll worry about that later. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need this thing as well, like the actual container itself. Get that out of the way. When I go to use them, I'll explain more what these things are. For now, they just need to be washed. That's really all it is. Yeah, so this whole thing is going to need to get cleaned out because this is going to temporarily hold the mead. The whole thing needs to get sanitized, including the top bit here. Just looking back over there to make sure the camera is fine. Looks like it's fine. Alright, that ought to do it. Oh! Jesus Christ. Okay, we can go put this over here. I'm going to quickly get a second towel. Alright, and we're back. How's everyone alive here? Good fell? Most of the liquid was in the other thing, so it wouldn't have been too bad. Okay, next order of business. What do we need? Let's go ahead and get the Metheglin. So So this is the finally, you know, however many minutes. So what have we been streaming, like 30 minutes? Finally, the actual alcohol is showing up. Alright, so that's it there. That is, that's been sitting around for 6, 7 weeks. Or maybe 8. Maybe it's been going for 2 months. It's been sitting over close to 2 months in any case. So, it should be done, but we'll find out. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the turkey baster to get some mead out of there and figuring out if it's continued fermenting since I transferred it to the secondary container. And we're also going to get a small taste of it. We'll see what it tastes like. So again, this is the Metheglin. This is, it's basically just, it's water, honey, yeast. I think it initially contained raisins, orange peel, or orange zest, and let's see now, what were the spices? It was cinnamon, allspice berries, and cloves. Oh, and then afterwards it was back sweetened. So I basically, to alter the flavor after it had been sitting in the spices for a while to make it a bit more sweet, I boiled some water, added some honey so it would melt down and go in there. So it's been re-sweetened a bit to balance the spices out of it. I can already smell the spices. It's quite strong. Is this one not floating? Huh? I wonder if it re-fermented. Oh, no, there we go. Now it's floating. Perfect. So basically, once it starts floating, that means I can get an accurate reading. If it's not floating and just sitting on the thing, it means it just means things. Sure, there's no bubbles attached to the hydrometer there. We're going to spin it around. What is the reading today? doesn't look like it's changing, so yeah, no, that looks good. If it's the number I think it is, that'll be perfect. It is either, well, let's just call it 1.17. Could someone write that down in chat for me? 1.017, which is about what I had it at 2 or 3 weeks ago, which means this has not re-fermented, or fermentation is not. Casilu got it. Shauna, thank you for attempting. But no. That means this has just been sitting there conditioning and has not created more alcohol, which is exactly what I wanted. So you misheard. It's a bannable offense. Casilu, you got it right. So you get to ban Lilana there. Okay, so we don't need the hydrometer anymore. Let's go ahead and put this away. Well, let's just wash it right quickly here. I need a cup. The designated alcohol tester cup, or Turkish teacup. Smells, I want to say, nicer than it did before. Really strong on the spices. That's pretty much all I'm getting. I don't eat that many spiced things, with your not traditional, but the cinnamon and cloves and all that kind of stuff. I don't eat a lot of stuff with that. Usually that's kind of a baked good sort of thing, right? So presumably this is a very familiar, I would say almost Christmassy kind of smell to some people maybe. But to me, I just smell a lot of spices, and it's very interesting. Maybe kind of a sort of a young fermenting smell vaguely in the background. But let's give it a taste. Oh, the cinnamon really came through compared to before. Before it was mostly clove. Now I'm getting the cinnamon. Yeah, this is like cinnamon and honey and the slightest hint of clove now at this point. I don't really know what allspice berries taste like, so presumably they're in there somewhere. But the other thing of note is a lot of or at least the other mead I made, I think the orange zest really came through. This one I don't get it at all. This is, like I said, spices and honey. Can kind of slightly get the alcohol in there, but it doesn't really taste all that alcoholic. Maybe the slightest hint of effervescence. Maybe that's what that is. It's either alcohol or effervescence. I'm not sure which. It tastes like a little bit like the Fireball. What is that? The cinnamon schnapps stuff or whatever? No, it's not schnapps. Well, whatever the hell Fireball is made out of. But not that, because that shit's gross. So yeah, if Fireball tasted good, I'm sure some people out there like the flavor of that. But what's another thing? Yeah, again, a little bit because it's cinnamon. Is Fireball actually peppermint schnapps? Wasn't that Goldschlager? I think it is. I think it's whiskey with cinnamon. It's like really cheap whiskey with cinnamon or something like that. But in any case, Also, like a little bit like those candy cinnamon hearts, a little bit like that, but not. Again, it's not that cinnamon strong. It's not like the cinnamon is burning your mouth kind of thing. It's just there's a nice bit of cinnamon in there. All right, so I'm going to go over to my notes and write down 1.017, and then I'll be back, and we're going to transfer this stuff into some bottles. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, I'm back. So, well, we can move this out of here. I don't need this anymore. Rinse everything off because I'm gonna need it maybe later. So I just checked my notes. This has been, yeah, whiskey and cinnamon mix. Yeah, makes sense. So this has been, well, I started it on the 29th of November. Hold on. So the 29th of November. So this has been sitting around for actually a little over 5 weeks now. So about, let's just say 5.5 weeks. Having tasted it, I feel like it might get a little bit better if I leave it sitting around in the bottles and stuff. That you can just like condition in the bottle for a while. So I might leave it in, well, I don't know, maybe I'll drink the first bottle. But I think most of it I'm going to leave it around just sitting there for a few more weeks, maybe a month, maybe a couple months. We'll see. Not that it's bad. I think it's pretty good. I think if I leave it sitting, it'll keep getting better, as you know, alcohol or a lot of alcohols tend to do. But in any case, what we need to do now is get these things into bottles over there. So make sure the iodine scent isn't too strong in the bottles. I want to get as much of this liquid out as possible, you know, so you don't dilute it with sanitization fluid. It's not a big deal. It's, you know, there's still a bit in there, but. Alright, that's good. Now, this is the annoying part here. So I gotta clean this thing out, which is not the easiest thing to do in the universe. Probably do it here mostly, but so you just gotta be in contact with whatever for about 30 seconds and it does the trick. Let me just flip this around. We'll do this side here. Get a little bit inside the actual thing itself. Alright, that should be pretty much good. So now what I need to do is what is the bucket? The bucket is full of sanitization fluid. It's like a very small amount like of iodine and stuff like that diluted in a lot of water. Definitely not apple cider. You wouldn't want to drink what's in the bucket. Alright, next order of business. Yeah, so I gotta do this over the sink, so I'll be back in a second. Basically what I gotta do is I need to soften this plastic tube with hot water so I can fit these two things together. Otherwise they don't fit. So. Gotta wait for the water to turn hot. Also, hello, it's nice. You ever tried brewing your own alcohol? Well, actually, no, you don't really like drinking, do you? No, I don't. Well, at least last time we spoke on the subject, but that was many, many years ago. Get all the sanitization fluid out of there. How you guys doing? The taste of alcohol? I mean, it depends on the alcohol with me. Like, I'm starting to like whiskey, for example, and that's pretty harsh. Hello, Chris. But then again, I'm getting like old, so I think that just happens to people when they get like really old. Start liking strange things. Now, let's see now. I should have dried this out first because it's like a little bit difficult. So now when I air dry this a bit, I'm just kind of like waving it around. Trying to get as many of these water droplets out of here. God damn it. Now I gotta clean this again. See, this is why I didn't want to be holding this because it's hard to do with one hand. Anyway, I have a more expedient way of doing this. I have a plan. Hello, Zash Zog. Hope I'm pronouncing it somewhat correctly. And so I'm gonna waste a little bit of alcohol here, not very much, but I'm gonna put a tiny bit in. And just sacrifice it essentially. I'm gonna swish this around, and it'll get rid of most of the iodine stuff. This is completely unnecessary. I just don't really like the idea of, there being iodine liquid at all in what I'm drinking. Because I mean, it's, again, I mentioned this before, it's like food safe, it's like food grade sanitization stuff. So like I'm being excessive about this. I'll be back in 30 seconds and we're going to put this liquid into here without pouring it. How's everyone doing? The sciencey stuff, it is fun. It's kind of a science. Sick motion, maybe. I mean, I know sick motion, like not like in real life, but we've associated over the years. Just brew and make anything, everything. I mean, if I could do this every day, it'd probably be fun, but I can't drink that much alcohol, and I can't sell it because that's illegal, and I would also run out of space. So, unfortunately, I can't make it a full-time brewing stream. Alright, so let me grab the thing I need. On top of the fridge here. Alright, so we'll just so this just gets put down. I need so this needs to be on a higher elevation. We're gonna lift it up gently so I don't mix up the yeast that's sitting at the bottom there. Looks like I did not disturb it at all, which is good. Okay, so what happens from here is this gets transferred to this, mainly so I can kind of mix it around a bit and degas it essentially. And aside from that, any sediment that you can see down, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a bit of yeast down at the bottom here. Any of that yeast that gets transferred into here will be more distributed more evenly, as opposed to just having like one bottle that gets all the yeast. Now I could theoretically do this without getting like any yeast over, or very, very little of it, but this is just a safety measure essentially. Putting soy sauce. I'd have to look up how to do that, but yeah, I actually don't know anything about that. I don't know what equipment you need or what, but it can't be too difficult, I would imagine. There's multiple ways of doing it too, if I recall correctly. Like there's there's like the Chinese method, and there's like a Japanese method, and I'm sure there's other ones. But, and they're like, it's quite a different product depending on how you do it. All right. Time to transfer this to this. So while I'm doing this, I'm not going to be talking very much. I actually do need to kind of concentrate. Because this is a bit of a delicate operation. This is the most mechanically intensive part of the whole process. So I'm going to be crouched down here, so I keep monitoring the liquid levels constantly. As we get less and less of it, I'm going to have to keep moving the siphon further down, and at some point I'll actually tilt the bottle to make sure we get as much of the mead transferred over as humanly possible. Nicely. The lower it gets, the slower it starts going, so. Bit of an air pocket here. I don't know how this keeps forming occasionally. For now it's not an issue, but later on it can be when like the flow isn't as strong. So I'm trying to get rid of it, but it looks like it's not going to go away. There you go, I got it. I just have to squeeze the thing. Perfect. Okay, now back to monitoring this. This is actually the important part down here. So far, I've managed to not disturb the yeast at all, so that's good. In fact, it's settled quite nicely. Normally there's like a cloudy, wispy area at the bottom if you use bread yeast like this, but this is nice and compact down here. The real question is what happens when I like rest the thing at the bottom, but we'll see. If I do it very gently, maybe it'll be fine. See, I'm talking this way, assuming you guys can hear me. I don't know if you guys can or not. I can't really turn around to confirm, but. Got a pretty good amount out of that. I will take that. That is good. I'm just going to store this thing over here like so. This doesn't need to be up here anymore. So we'll just leave this here for the time being. I need somewhere to rest that. We'll need this again later. Actually, I'll leave this here. Yeah, this is fine where it is. Okay, so now we got all the Metheglin over here. Now I can take a bit of a break. Cooking, sciencey thing, well, it's mix, it's brewing. Joao. Joao God? BR? BR is in Brazil. Hello. Also Barnez, welcome. Oh yeah, this can go in here. So yeah, by the way, the reason this is so dark, or the primary reason at the very least, is because this is, I used a very dark honey. So that's why it's not like completely clear like the previous brew. Alright, so now I need a stir stick. Just going to quickly sanitize this. doesn't need to be in here very long. So this, from what I can tell, is not like, it doesn't have that much CO2 in it, but there might be like a little bit. So we're just going to stir it around, get whatever little gas remains in here out, and then we're going to go ahead and bottle it. By the way, this is about 13% alcohol-ish. It was 14 point, I don't want to say 14 or something like that before, but then I back sweetened it, which means I added more liquid in there. Also back sweetened and then filled it up a bit, so you know there'd be less space or less headroom in the carboy during secondary fermentation. So that means like the alcohol percentage went down a bit, but probably not that much. So I'm just going to say somewhere between 13 and 14%. There's probably some way to calculate exactly how much it went down by, you know, get the alcohol percentage and then figure out the volume of the water I added, and it doesn't matter, so I'm not doing that. Actually, looks like there's a good amount of CO2 left in there. But this is why I do this, we get it out. Either I want something carbonated or not carbonated at all. I don't want that half in between step, so. There's certainly not enough in there at this point that it would cause the, you know, if I didn't do this, it would, you know, it's not like it would cause the bottles to explode or anything like that, because it's not, it's done fermenting, but. I believe off-gassing is the term for this. It'll also get any like slight remaining unpleasant odors out of there as well from the fermentation process. Yeah, this is not taking nearly as long as the previous mead. That I had to like stir around quite a bit because the method I used wasn't, I mean, that was my first mead, so I didn't quite know how often I was supposed to be shaking it around while it was fermenting. So I think a lot of CO2 got trapped in it. And I had to stir things around a lot, and it was just consistently fizzing up quite a bit. I think that should be good. I want to taste it again maybe first. Does it matter? It's not going to change that much. Yeah, okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and transfer it over. Alright, in order to do that, let's start with this stubby little ball. Well, I need to actually get them in place. Because if they're not, like, I need to do it one after the other. So if they're not in place, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So let's go ahead and move this. Bottle number 2. The last little bit of liquid out of there. Number 3. I might need another bottle. Looking at this amount. This is 4 liters, right? So let me figure this out here. So this is, that is 3. I think this is 4 liters. So yeah, this is 1.5. That's 3. Yeah, let's play it safe. I'm gonna get one more bottle because I mean, once I start it, if I don't have another bottle, that's gonna be a huge pain in the ass to deal with. I'm pretty sure I have another 3 bottles, so I'll be right back. So yeah, we'll consider that one a last resort bottle because it's had the least amount of time to dry. It's better to have too many bottles than too few. So. Oh yeah, no, hold on a second. I need my bottling wand. Crap. What did I do with that? Yeah, actually I need one more tool. I left it in the other room. So basically I need another thing that goes on this end so I can more easily pump liquid into bottles. Because if you don't, then you can't stop the flow, right? And then you got to go from one bottle to the next, and in between you'd spill a bunch. So I'll be right back. All right, back here. So this is the bottling wand. It's got a little spring tip thing here. When you press this down, liquid can come out. If you don't press it, then liquid gets stopped. It's a very simple mechanism. This, of course, also needs sanitization, so. On the plus side, probably gave this bottle a little more time to kind of collect liquid that you can pour it out. There we go. Alright, so again, much like when I had to use the hot water there to make this more malleable, this end, the same is true. I need to go do that. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Alright, there we go. After all that finagling, I think we're good to go now. Let's give it a one last stir here before we transfer over. Get the liquid in here totally homogeneous. Does this matter? Am I making... No. Am I making shit up? Yes, but you know. Use my right hand for this, I can't stir as fast. Alright. Oh, correct. This needs to, higher elevation again, otherwise it won't transfer. Turn it this way. That way, since it's kind of leaning that way, it's more stable, and I can kind of tip it more easily. Alright, make sure this isn't all twisty or snaky. Yeah, that's good. That can go in there. Working out and looking good. The flow is going smoothly this time, no weird air pockets. Bottle number 1 is almost done. So when it gets to the top, you gotta let it flow right to the top of the bottle. You gotta play chicken with the alcohol, and then pull it out at the last second. Because if you pull it too early, I'll show you. Just let it go up into the neck, because of course the bottling wand itself also has volume, right? So when you pull it out, the volume level is going to go down, or the liquid level. And bottle number 2. This guy out of the way. I might be able to get away with the small bottle. We'll see. Because it looks like we're going to be close to half done after the second bottle, so. And this is a darker bottle, so obviously it's a little bit harder to see where the liquid level is at, but I can still basically see, so. Or rather, I can see like shadows, and in the bottle, I have a rough idea of what's going on. Just to be sure, let me lean in more closely, or kind of kneel down here. I think that's pretty good. Bottle number 3. I'm feeling like we're not going to need that 5th bottle. Or if we do need a 5th bottle, the small one should suffice. No. It looks really nice in that short stubby bottle. I'll bring it up to the camera when I'm done with this. I don't know how well you guys can see it from over there. This actually does present a bit of a problem in general. I'm running low on bottles, and I got 2 more gallons of alcohol that are probably going to be ready in a couple weeks, if not a week. You see, this one's got like a metal thing on the neck, so it's a bit harder to tell what it's doing. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute here, try and gauge what the alcohol is doing. Doing something weird. I don't know. Liquid level's getting lower, so it's not filling as easily. I'm gonna need that last bottle, I don't know. This might make 4 bottles perfectly. Now there's going to be a little bit left over regardless. It's just a question of how much it's going to fill up of the little bottle. Which is fine. The small bottle doesn't need to be full or anything. be a little bit tricky to fill. Yeah, there's too little liquid in here. I'm going to have to funnel this one in, which is not a big deal. I mean, like I said, I'm going to drink this first because it's not even going to fill up fully. So, this can hang out over here for now because I don't need it anymore. In fact, I'll take the bottling wand off for the time being. It can rest there. So I just need a funnel. Stuck in there. What is that? Really need a bigger bucket. Hopefully that doesn't move around anymore. Way better. Well, I mean, I'm using a different program now, so. Okay. Oh damn, that filled right to the brim. Okay. Alright, so this is for today. With one like tiny thing, what the hell was that? Oh, that's that tiny little raisin fragment. It was like stuck in there the whole time. Hold on, let me get rid of that. Oh, so I kind of need a sponge here. Do I need this anymore? No, I don't. I'm done with this for today. So I'm going to move this over here, get it out of the way. Oh yeah, I also might need to be cleaning this thing. Let me just put this under the sink really quickly because I might need to transfer some other stuff into here and I need this empty container. Alright, well, in the meantime, let's cheers to another finished product. That's nice. Not one. The problem before wasn't OBS, it was the webcam thing. Now I'm just streaming. I'm not even using OBS. I'm streaming directly through Twitch's mobile thing. How old are you now? I am 36. This is the Metheglin. Which cap was which? This one is this one. This one is, I'll say that? No. This one is this one. This one. No. And that one's that one, that's fine. This one I think goes with this one. And that one goes with that. No, other way around. This one goes with this. This one goes with this. I think they're actually like literally the same. Yeah. Double check here. Yeah, I think they're just the same thing. And that goes there. told you guys I'd show you the color, right? Look at it. Pretty nice. Again, it's not as clear as the other one, but that's just because it's like a darker honey. So, looks fancy, doesn't it? Oh, wait, Thurindos, thank you very much for, what is that, 58 months? And yeah, thank you, appreciate that. Okay, so that's still cleaning out. I'm going to go ahead and, what do we need to do? This all needs to go away somewhere. So I'm going to put the bottles of the Metheglin away, and then I'm going to bring out... Very good. Yeah, I got a lot of it too. If you guys are here, I'd share it with people, but so I'm gonna go put this away in the cabinet where it's just gonna sit for a while. Well, I'll drink the small one because I had to pour that in a different way, and I don't really want that one sitting around too long. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the other ones I'm going to just leave around. They're going to age in the bottle for a little bit. And this one I'm just going to put straight in the fridge. Alright, this guy can sit over here for the time being. I'm going to take another sip of this. Wait, are you saying you turned 24 on Friday, or it's been 24 days since you shaved? Oh, you, okay, well congratulations. Happy birthday to you as well. We'll put that over to the side, so I'm just not always drinking it. What do we need to do for this? Well, I guess I should theoretically test. I feel like I want to transfer this today. So this is the one where it's just sitting on like that jam and stuff. I don't really want it doing that for too much longer. It's been sitting. This one's been sitting for about I want to say almost 3 weeks. 2.5, something like that. So not like super long, but I don't know, it could sit on that stuff for a bit longer. But anyway, I need to test it anyway, so that's that. Let's go ahead and, what do I need to do here? So the bottling one doesn't need to be a thing anymore, that can move. This I might need, so let's just move it over to the side a little bit. can go ahead and just like dry around here somewhere, so that should be fine. I spilled a bit of sanitization liquid on the table, so I need that towel again. Be right back. Alright, so I guess I need to clean this now for doing that. Have that dry off to the side there for a little bit. That's actually a dangerous spot. Let's move it over here. Because if it falls, it'll fall on the ground and possibly break. Alright. Now. Let's make another airlock here. So in the meantime, this can just kind of get clean. Okay. Do I need to send? I don't really need to. Well, I'm fairly confident I'm going to end up transferring this, so let's just preemptively wash this. It'll be nice to cool it down as well, since this has like not boiling water, but like really hot water out of the tap in there. So. Be nice to get this thing down to at least room temperature again. I don't think that matters. I don't think it's actually going to affect anything, but you know. Seems a bit weird to put fermenting alcohol into a warm jar or jug. Okay, we'll give that some time to dry, put it over here. Okay, so now we're going to figure out what the hell is going on with this thing. I need my notes on this, unless someone for whatever reason happens to remember the original gravity reading I took on this 2.5 weeks ago. I think it was 1.11, no, it was like 1.102, I think it was. No. It was either 1.110 or 1.100. It's one or the other. I gotta go double check my notes. Hey Mike, how you doing? Yeah, we're doing some entry level chemistry here. Oh, there's some things in chat. Let me caught up with you guys. Nib, thank you very much. Is mead similar to beer? I mean, in the sense that they're both alcoholic. It's basically just alcohol made from wine. Usually it's going to be hovering around same alcohol percentage as wine-ish, so it can be anywhere between 10 to like almost 20%, I imagine. But your average is going to be, 12, 13, 14, 15%, that kind of thing. For example, this one is probably going to be about 13%. Hello, One Soul, thank you. Yeah, so the way it's made, it's going to be, just in general, it's closer to a wine than a beer. Beer has that extra step at the beginning where you got to, you make the wort, and you got to boil the grains and do all that stuff. This is just like put the honey in the water with the yeast, and there's you add other things, but yeah. What did I say I was going to do? I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, I need the numbers, right. So I'll be back in 30 seconds. I just got to confirm my notes what the original gravity was, which means basically how much sugar was in here initially, because that's important to see how much alcohol there is now. For those of you again just joining us, this is the mead we just made here. Rivendell's, thank you. Cheers. The more I drink this, the more I'm liking it. It's really growing on me. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, the number. It was indeed 1.100, meaning this has a potential alcohol. If this goes totally dry, aka all the sugars are consumed by the yeast, it can go to 13.13-ish. If it goes below that, I'm not really sure how that works, but it could go higher. I suspect this will have gone either completely dry or very close to dry, given how active this specific yeast has been. It's some kind of miracle bread yeast. Apparently bread yeast is not supposed to work this well. The bread yeast I have is just like, it really likes alcohol for some reason. Alright, Thorindos, best of luck with that. We'll see you around. I'm not sure if you're saying you're leaving, but in any case, we'll see you around, I imagine. What about sake? How long does that take to make? I used to know. I've never made it. It's a similar time frame to this kind of thing. Like, it's not super long. If I had to guess, anywhere between like 3 weeks to several months. Like, it depends on what the yeast is doing as well, but I don't think it's a super long process. Okay, so we need some readings here. So let's get this thing out. Yeah, I still smell the Cloudberry jam. So, oh yeah, I should probably explain what this is. This is Cloudberry mead of my own recipe. This is honey. I can't remember how much. I want to say it was about like 1.5. It was somewhere near 3.5 pounds of honey. I don't remember the exact measurement. A jar of Cloudberry mead, so about 300 grams, I think. What else did I put in there? Raisins, black tea, water, obviously, yeast, and I think that was it. I don't think I didn't add lemon. Oh, actually, I can look at it. Yeah, that's it. There was no lemon zest in this one. So that thing, the white thing you might be able to see floating at the top there, that's just cheesecloth filled with the like the really gunky solid bits of the jam that couldn't be filtered through, and I didn't want it just floating around in there, so it's in cheesecloth. Yeah. So now we need to figure out what its alcohol content is, what it tastes like, and what I'm going to be doing with it from here. So in order to do that, we need to get a turkey baster. Again, make sure there's no liquid in there. It's been cleaned earlier, so I don't need to do it again. Now, this is going to be a bit annoying. I'm going to have to get it past all that crap, otherwise it's, I can't get any liquid. At least it's actually getting liquid this time. Last time when I first mixed it, it was really difficult to get any liquid out of here in the turkey baster because I imagine because of the jam it was just too viscous or something. When I took the initial reading, the color's pretty nice. It's kind of a light golden color. So I am going to be tasting this, but I don't necessarily expect it to taste good yet. It could, it's possible, but I don't know. I mean, it's going to be very dry. Yeah, it's still not floating. Okay, there we go. I think I got it floating. Sit there for the time being. Let's give it a quick spin. Make sure there are no bubbles stuck to the hydrometer because that'll make it float and throw off our reading. Oh wow, it is probably not done fermenting. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Been in there 2 weeks. Everything else I've done by 2 weeks would have been completely done, but this is actually still reading at 1.02. I mean, there is a lot of sugar still in there. That's interesting. Do I just leave it? Let's double check here. Make sure I am not reading this incorrectly. 1.02, cool. That's interesting. I'm going to get something else to drink this in so I can get a quick taste to see what the flavor is like. Did I have cake? No. In a shot glass here. Let's see what it smells like. Actually very similar to the other mead when you get this close to it. I'm not really smelling the cloudberry anymore. It's just I'm getting the honey more than anything. Oh, still very effervescent. Very nice though. Actually, it's very pleasant to drink. Birthday sugary beverage, something like that. In fact, I'm actually going to do the calculations really quickly. I'll be right back so I know exactly what the alcohol percentage is on this. Though, just off the top of my head, if I had to guess, it's probably about 10% right now. Okay, I am back. And according to the calculations, I was basically right. It is 10.5% alcohol. So I don't know if this is going to get more alcoholic than this. Honestly, flavor-wise, I wouldn't necessarily mind if it kind of stayed like this. This is actually very nice. It's a bit on the sweet side, but sweet alcohol, whatever. Hello, lettuce. Welcome. 25. What 25? What are you talking about? What'd you do? Did you buy a really large Wendy's meal? Also, Litorius, hello and welcome. The question is, do I just leave it sitting in there? Or do I transfer it to a new thing? And just see what happens. You know what? I am going to... Wait, what? You sent me money? Did something... Hold on a sec. Did you send it while I was like walking in between things? Anyway, I'll take your word for it. You wouldn't lie to me. And if you are, I'll know very shortly. But no, you shouldn't have done that to begin with. No, thank you very much. I hope your financial... I don't know what you're doing with work right now, so... Well, in Canada, that's like... They'll buy like a shot or something. But thank you. Hold on a sec. Let's pour myself a bit more of this drink while I decide what I want to be doing here. So thank you. Cheers. No, that's really quite nice. I might just transfer this right now and just see what happens. Oh yeah, you know what? When because I looked at the anyway. Yeah, it probably showed up in the other thing. That's the thing. If anyone sends me stuff, it's really hard for me to tell while I'm doing the IRL stream. I can always tell afterwards. So I go back and check and look at like my logs and stuff, or what the numbers or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm like, oh shit, I missed someone sending me something, and then I'll be able to thank them later. But yeah, if anyone has actually like subscribed or done anything and I've missed it, either the individual themselves, feel free to let me know, or like if someone else in chat could just start like yelling about every 5 minutes and think, hey, you missed something. I'm not gonna get annoyed. I would actually appreciate that. So 101 in tips today, man. You're making more than I make in like a year. But yeah, thank you. So you are working back at your old thing now, it sounds like that. So that's good. Congratulations. Okay, so here's the plan then. Do I want to transfer this lease and all? Here's the thing, at the bottom there's like a lot of gunky stuff. I'm not sure if that's just yeast or if that's also like stuff from the jam. Like, I just don't know. Meaning, I don't really want to transfer everything. So what I might go ahead and do here is, I think I might first off, I'm going to put the cap back on. What I might do here I've been tips for 3 weeks, so apparently, and Christmas tips news. Well, that's good. Congratulations on your sudden windfall. And thank you for sharing, part of it with me. Oh yeah, so what would $25 buy you in Canada? I mean, if you went to a bar, I'd buy you like, with tax and tip and all that stuff, that's about 3 drinks. If I went to the liquor store, $25 would buy you a decent wine or like a box of very cheap beer. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna probably, what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna wrap some cheesecloth around this so I don't get all that gunky crap, which I think might be some residue from the jam. And then from there, we're going to transfer that over into that thing there. The carboy, which is now free. Still got a bit of that iodine smell. Yeah, I'm going to do the same trick here where I'm just going to pour like a tiny bit in here. So we're just going to waste a little bit of it because I'm going to shake this around. It's going to get all that sanitization liquid out of the bottom to extend the sides as we coat it. And I'm going to go dump this. Oh yeah, I don't need this anymore. Just go away. Okay, so I need some cheesecloth. We're trying to put this back. Why am I carrying this thing around? It's a very good question. Okay, so we're gonna move that. So I just need like a tiny bit of cheesecloth that I can wrap around the thing. So we're going to cut off a tiny bit from somewhere. Where is the end that I cut last time? I think it's in here. Yeah, it is. do the trick there. Yeah, we need to soak cheese. Yeah, so I need to sanitize the cheesecloth as well. Even the cheesecloth needs to be cleaned. I'm also gonna need some string. Over here to dry for a moment. Cheesecloth can go away now. And I can get caught up on chat. By the way, since there isn't as much space on my chat, if I miss something, like I literally just wasn't able to see it. So feel free to like frequently repeat questions, comments, or concerns, or whatever in chat until I actually see them. Do not be annoyed. Hello, aggressively. Welcome. By the way, you guys, did Jeff tell you the thing where you guys didn't explain to me what was going on? Pectin. The pectin should largely be just dissolved in the liquid. So allegedly the pectin, the thing that pectin does is it's just going to make the color not as good, so it's going to be a bit more opaque than you want for a mead. I don't really care what the mead looks like so much, so long as it tastes good. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, again, aggressively, thank you very much for the subscription. When I'm actually back at the computer, yeah, we'll properly welcome you in. So appreciate that. Telling me that the megaton or whatever the bar, yeah, the megaton was $11, but that was like 3 shots worth of alcohol in there. So I think in the grand scheme of things, it was a pretty good deal. It was a drop shot. So actually, well, I mean, it was definitely 2 shots. What the hell was it? The megaton was tequila and Jaeger, I think. And then there was a mixture of either rum, it was rum or vodka in energy drink, and then those 2 things would drop in there, and that was about $11 before tax and all that. But yes, rest in peace, EXP. Oh wait, lettuce is already gone. All right, well, thanks again, appreciate that. There's another streamer I know who keeps calling the Megaton the Megatron because he didn't have too many of them, but thank you, Wrestling. And yeah, I guess lettuce, you're probably already gone, so we'll see you. Okay, I need string. Alternatively, a elastic band would do the trick too. Probably. Yeah, you know, we can probably use this. Just elastic band on the end of the thing. Yes, sanitize the elastic band as well because it's going to come in contact with the alcohol. Alright, so this might be a bit awkward, but we'll try. There we go. So. Okay, that should be sufficient. So what we need is to get... Do I need any additional steps with this? Kind of. There's a bunch of like frilly crap in the way, so let's cut that away so it doesn't get in. Okay, there it looks good. Alright, so let's see if this actually ends up working. Hopefully this doesn't get all clogged up and pain in the ass to deal with. So once again, this will be going into here. Remaining liquid out. Alright, I think we're good. Sort of. Let's actually sanitize this part because it's been touching stuff. Alright, it should be fine now. This isn't like quite as high an alcohol percentage as some of the other things I've made, so I do want to be a bit careful with it. The other thing too is this is going to actually probably have quite a bit of headspace, so I'm mildly concerned with that, but we'll see how it all turns out. This is a bit unfortunate. The cheesecloth thing is not working. I can't get enough suction off of this. It's just getting clogged up or something. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, I have to take it off. It's not going to work, unfortunately. I'll just have to be extra careful. Well, so far we already have a raisin in there, but now this might keep fermenting is the thing, so I don't necessarily mind if a good amount of the yeast gets in there. It's probably even for the better if I try and get as much yeast, and I just haven't decided whether I want like the entire yeast colony in there or not. But we'll see what this does liquid-wise. Yeah, it's probably going to go up to about there. Speed the process up if I hold it up a bit higher like that. So yeah, I'm going to try and get as much liquid out of here as possible because, like I said, I don't mind the yeast getting in there too much. And we'll just have one extra raisin floating around for flavor for an extra however long this is going to sit in secondary. You keep getting a stupid air bubble there. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. That is most of the liquid transferred over. So we're going to store this thing here again for the moment. I don't think I'm going to be doing any more liquid transfer stuff today. I might. I'm going to take a quick look at the wine, just because. So yeah, we transferred up to about there. Again, that's more headspace than I'd like. It does run something of a risk of oxidization. It is like slightly over 10%, so I mean, it should be fine. But oh yeah, there's more liquid in that, so we can transfer that too. I guess I probably should have poured that in first, so you get in less oxygen in there. But yeah, that's fine. So we're just going to leave that alone for a while now. This gets another airlock. Jam this guy in here. There we go. Any left? Yeah. No, so this is quite a tasty beverage. I don't really know what it's going to do from here. Oh, could someone write that down in chat for me? Just, how old am I? I'm 36. And could someone write down in chat for me 1.020, just so I don't forget. Alright, so this goes back into the cabinet where it will rest in the dark. Thank you aggressively. For a while, and I'll figure out what I'm doing with this probably in like about 2 weeks. Alright, here's the other thing we're testing today. I don't think I'm going to move this, but I do want to see what it's up to. So we're going to quickly wash this. I'll get a hydrometer reading and all that. So we'll get a fresh new airlock for this guy as well. Actually, I can leave that in for a second here because I need to wash this one. Okay. So, as you can see, this is still bubbling, so this might still be fermenting, I don't know. And this one was 1.102 if I recall correctly. I'll check my notes again in a bit, but yeah, this one still smells very kind of fermenting fruity sort of thing. So this is not done. I'm just checking. Giggle Storm, thank you very much for the 7 months. Appreciate that greatly. Did I say how about a drink? I don't specifically remember saying that, but I could go for a drink. Well, no, I shouldn't drink something else because I'm about to test this first. I don't want to contaminate my palate. Alright, so once again, it is time for this guy here. The turkey baster. Okay, I got it floating. So move that in there again. Do a quick spin to make sure there are no bubbles. So this is just completely opaque, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get a reading. Possibly, we'll see. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll be able to get this pretty easily. So this is currently sitting at 1.0007. If this doesn't ferment anymore, that would be a decent place for it to be sitting at. I don't know if it's going to continue to ferment or what, because again, this has only been sitting around for about 2.5 weeks. But may as well give it a quick taste. Again, I do not expect this to taste particularly good at the moment. I don't think it's going to taste horrible. I don't think singed mixtures are supposed to be like palatable or really anything you're supposed to drink. But we'll see. Still just actually smells mostly like the grape juice it's made from. And is very effervescent. It's almost like actually a grape pop what I'm drinking right now. It's quite, you know, with a bit of a sour note to it, but I think this will come along quite nicely. It just needs time. Yeah, it just keeps doing what it's doing and then goes down this path further. It'll be nice. Like right now, again, it's just alcoholic, somewhat sour, not quite as sweet as it, you know, as it normally would be, but like let me rephrase. It is a sour, fizzy grape juice or grape. It's not quite grape pop level because it's fizzy, but it's not like, you know, super carbonated. So it's like it's fizzy grape, sour grape juice that you can tell is alcoholic. Like a little bit yeasty, but I mean that's a given. It's just got yeast floating around in it. No, I'm actually pleased with where the direction this is going. So I'm just going to leave this. Jack, hello and Happy New Year. Glad you're liking the show. So I'm glad I tested it. So we know this is actually. Oh, I can give you guys an alcohol rating on this. What number did I say again? This is 1.007. Yeah. I will go to the calculator over my computer. I will give you guys. I'll do the quick calculation, and I will tell you guys exactly what the alcohol content of that is. I think it's about 13% already. So I'll be right back. Okay, I have a reading for you guys. That wine is currently 12.47% alcohol. So not bad. Also, Quackin, thank you for 33 months in the meantime. Appreciate that. I'm going to move this out of here, so I don't need this anymore. Get this the hell out of there. So this thing I will probably transfer into secondary About a week from now, I guess. I don't know, a week or two. This can stay here for a little while. Like, I don't want to leave it on the raisins for all of eternity, but allegedly you can leave it on dried fruits and stuff like that and not, without much of a concern, for up to about 2 months. So we got a lot of time. What your thoughts are on the whole just chatting scene right now? I have no idea. I don't frequent just chatting. My understanding of it is it's just like it's full of really douchey, shitty people, but I don't know. Actually, come to think of it, what am I listed in right now? Am I in food and drink, or? Okay, so yeah, this needs a new airlock. Oh yeah, you know what? Hold on a second. Before we do that, I'm gonna, because I gotta do this over the sink, but then I'll maybe try and bring it back over. I want to see what the hell is actually just going on inside here, inside that packet, if I can even get it out of there. I am in food and drink. Okay, thank you. Giggle Storm, what the hell is that emote? I mean, I don't... People can do whatever the hell they want in just chatting. I don't really care what people are doing so long as they aren't just like shitty human beings. I'm not a big fan of like the streams where just people are just out and about making nuisances of themselves and just being annoying. That really like dried out. So that is the remnants of. So this is basically what happens to jam after you squeeze all the liquid out of it, cram it into some cheesecloth, and leave it soaking in fermenting alcohol for 2.5 weeks. It's just kind of like gross, crumbly, pasty texture. Alright, the favorite part of my favorite part of brewing is always cleaning old raisins out of the bottom of the sink. Alright, so I'm not doing all the cleaning right now. I just wanted to get a little bit out of the way because we're not done with the stream after this, I don't think. But yeah, let's make a new airlock for this guy and we can put it away and it'll be good. Okay, I got that crap out of the way. Alright, quickly rinse this off. Go there, and that goes there. I should empty this thing. It's the old airlock. We're not using this one anymore, so just need to dry it out. Or really, just not dry it out, but get all the big bits of liquid out of there. And this goes back in the cabinet, like I said, for 1 to 2 weeks. Then I'll know what's happening with it. But like I said, good start on the wine. I'm pleased how that's turning out. Now we just have the remnants of my that first glass of Metheglin, so cheers. No, I'm good. I wrote that number down while I was doing the calculations over there, so thank you. And yeah, cheers everyone. Yeah, every time I drink this, the more I'm liking this. It is very cinnamon heavy, but well, no, let me put it this way. It's not cinnamon heavy in the sense that it's like, it's not Fireball. It's not like some kind of baked good where you really taste the cinnamon. You can absolutely taste the cinnamon, but I don't know, it feels like it just blends in very nicely with all the other the flavors. Or just kind of like the honey, really. It's really just, yeah. There are not that many ingredients in here, and they all come through to an extent. It's just it's the honey and the cinnamon are really at the forefront, and there's some. You can definitely still taste the cloves, not quite as much of the cinnamon, which is it's interesting because those two things reversed. When I first tried this, when I was making it, it was definitely the it was the cloves that was ascendant, but this is much more pronounced in terms of the cinnamon flavor. And again, I don't really know what allspice berries are supposed to taste like, so presumably they're in there somewhere, but now the raisins and the tea are not really supposed to be flavors in themselves, so it doesn't surprise me that I'm not getting too much of that. Allegedly it's for astringency, and they're not for tannins, which creates an astringency property in the mouth, I guess. Stringent property, I guess is the better way of phrasing it. And which is definitely happening. It is somewhat astringent. And oh yeah, no, then there was the last thing. I mentioned this before. The really curious thing is that I'm not getting any of the orange from the orange zest anymore at this point. So anyway, now we're done with the alcohol. Let's so I'm not done cleaning up, but I'll do that off stream. You don't want to watch me. You guys, would you be interested in like a Ponce washes dishes stream? We can do that one day. But let's take the camera back over to the computer and we can do some other things.